Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 5 of the self-improvement series. I've just showed you some clips of a little self-date I went on. Because those are the things we've got to do to keep ourselves happy. And I went book shopping. So what I'm going to show you, got the bookcase behind me, perfect backdrop. I'm going to do a little book haul of the books I managed to get today. So I went to a place that has a lot of charity shops and essentially just went and bought all of their stock. So without further ado, I'm going to start off. Very, very popular book, The Secret. Ooh, what is The Secret? Nobody knows. I believe this is... I know of this book, firstly because it's all over Goodreads because it's so popular. You know, millions of reviews. But also when I finished The Alchemist, which is one of my favourite books, this was a book that was recommended for me. So, £3, pretty much an instant pickup. What have we got next? I do not know how to say this. The Bhagavad Gita? Oh, I probably just butchered that. Part of the ancient Hindu epic. It's one of the enduring religious texts of the world. Well, it looks very cool. It looks meditation style of text, which is one of my favourites. I love when text is like this. So, guaranteed I'm going to like this. This was £2.50. What have we got next? Oh, you should have seen my face light the room up when I saw this book hiding in the bottom of the bookshelf. The Compound Effects. I've been wanting this book for ages. In fact, I looked on Goodreads and I'd marked as want to read pretty much this time exactly a year ago. So that's how long I've been putting off buying it, trying to find it in the charity shop. And finally, I actually found it. And this could basically get instantly read. £2.50. Yes. I love the idea of compound over time. Obviously, I love finance. I love self-improvement. You know, 1% every day over a big time span is like, whoa. So, I was very happy to find this. Let's see what's next. Oh, I mean, I was on a streak of luck today. Can you see that? The Big Short. Yes. Michael Lewis. I just found out that Michael Lewis is basically responsible for all of my favourite films. And I don't really know how I feel about that. I thought I was kind of uncovering some secret link between all these films, you know. And now I've realised I'm just some fraud and they're actually all just based off this author. But no, seriously, I'm extremely happy to have got this book. £1 as well. I mean, £1 for a book. Can you actually go wrong? The Big Short, probably in my top 3 films of all time. Maybe, oh, I don't know. Yeah, top 3. Top 3. Maybe it's number 3 though. Maybe it's number 3. Very, very excited to read this. It's about the stock market crash and this group of individuals who bet against the housing market. It's really interesting. If you haven't watched the film, I couldn't recommend it more. And then keeping this momentum up, we spoke about The Alchemist. Well, Paulo, he's back. Another book, Manual of the Warrior of Light. And this was £2. Yes, this was £2. Not the best condition. And I've got no idea what it's about. But it's from one of my favourite authors. So, do you know what I mean? It's going to get bought. And speaking of our friend Paulo, the Brazilian best author, The Pilgrimage, which I have heard about. So I'm very excited to read this. In his first major book, which paved the way for The Alchemist. Paved the way. So Is this the original Alchemist? Is this going to be better than The Alchemist? Probably not, because that book was amazing. £1, one of my favourite authors. I mean, this is why I love book collecting as a hobby. Cheap and just super satisfactory. We have a book here. I've got no idea. I don't know anything about it, is what I'm trying to say. It's a science fiction masterworks, which is why I bought it. Gem. Discovery of another habitable world might spell salvation to the three bitterly competing power blocks of the resource-starved 21st century. But when their representative arrive on Gem with its multiple intelligent species, they discover instead the perfect situation into which to export their rivalries. Ooh. £2, not the best condition. Science fiction masterworks, and it's got a cool cover. So I thought, worth the risk. Let me give it a try. Going into a Penguin Modern Classics, which is my favourite type of books to buy. We have here Jack Kerouac, On the Road, and I have heard about this book before. It's like a underground story about some travelling, I believe. Maybe I'm just getting that completely wrong. I don't even know if it's a fiction or non-fiction, to be honest. But we share the same name. It's a cool cover, great condition, and it was £1. So, do you know what I mean? It's going to get bought. If we're being honest, it's going to get bought. And then moving on to the book, which I'm slightly embarrassed to admit I was most excited for by, maybe Compound Effect I was more excited for, but up there with Compound Effect. Bookkeeping for Dummies. Oh man, £2.50. Oh my god. Oh, and it's got the CD, there you go. I didn't know that. So £2.50, massive book. I'm basically just going to study this all day, every day, because I need to learn how to keep the books, or I'm going to be in some trouble with the government. So Bookkeeping for Dummies. And the reason why I was so excited is because I was reading a book on Saturday, and no, not Saturday, it was yesterday. I was actually reading a book yesterday, the Business MBA or something, it's something like that. Personal MBA, I believe it's called. It's about business. And it said for bookkeeping, this is the book it recommends. And a day later I find it. And if I wanted to buy it brand new, £21.99. I got it for £2.50. So sometimes the higher being just puts you on that path to give you the right thing when you're just following the way. I wasn't going anywhere with any plan. I was just having a good time, just walking, found myself in the shop, and bam, exact book I wanted. And then finishing off, we have two more books. Similar vein to what I was just talking about. Wow, this is gonna be weird. This is probably looking terrible. I've just put my, oh my god, this was a terrible idea. I've just put my Terry Pratchett section up in my personal library. Wow, that was an awful idea. And the series I'm most looking forward to is the Industrial Revolution part of Discworld. And I took a screenshot yesterday of the books, and I just found two of them. I already have one, but I just found two of them. Hardbacks, really good condition, £2.50 each. So now it's a 5-book miniseries in the Discworld, and I believe these are books 4 and 5, or 4 and 5, and I have book 3 already, which is Going Postal. So now I've got books 3, 4, 5. I just need books 2 and 1, and that is my book haul. That was a lot. I hope you enjoyed it, and more book content is going to be on this channel now. I'm starting to realise book fitness, that I'm kind of trying to merge those things. Healthy living, healthy lifestyle, that's kind of where I want to take this. Those are the things that I get the most from when I film, and I get really excited to talk about books and reading and learning and health and well-being, lifestyle choices, habits. So that's kind of the direction this channel's taken. Thank you for watching, enjoy the rest of the video, and thank you for your time. So I'm sure you saw the organisation happening in the video, but we now have a fully organised new bookshelf addition to the room. So I went and got this from IKEA. It's a smaller one. It's done at the bottom, got all of my PT/health, fitness, etc. books. Then we got some spiritual, self-helpy type books, spiritual story, philosophy, business books, finance, economics, a little bit more business, and then autobiographies, biographies. And that is the new shelf. I must say, let me take a step back. You see the rest of my room being messy. I think it looks pretty damn good. Let me go 0.5 zoom. There you go. Look at that bad boy. That is a beautiful, beautiful bookshelf, and I'm going to go with this row here as being my favorite one right now. It has got to be said that the room itself is looking fairly messy right now. I've called this video Organising My Life, and where we're going to start is actually organising my room somewhat. So I'm going to sort out do a bit of a clothes declutter, get rid of some clothes that I no longer need / no longer wear, donate them to charity. Maybe a little bit of a book de-haul, just books that haven't been read / displayed for a long time and are probably no longer needed, if that's possible for books. And just a little clean, get a hoover in, change my bed sheets, although I actually do that regularly, so please don't think that's just a one-off. And that's about it. Let's get into this little cleaning montage. After all of that organisation, what we have is a pile of clothes and a couple of books that are going to be getting donated. And I also had a couple items of clothing that were just put straight into the bin because I don't even know why they were allowed to be in my wardrobe anymore. They were in such bad condition. But yes, we have a fair amount of clothes relative to the amount I own. And I was using the rule of, if you pick up an item of clothing and it doesn't bring you immediate joy, then it's got to go. And all of these items of clothing have been lingering in my wardrobe or in my drawers for a while, and I never wear them. And I just decided, look, today is the day for them to go. I've been gradually filtering my clothes down. So I do this every 2-3 months, I would say, probably every 2. I'm actually quite good when it comes to clothes, getting rid of clothes recently, because I used to have a whole bunch of clothes and I used to hoard them almost, if I'm being honest. So I've been getting better with that, getting down to my new minimalistic lifestyle. Don't need loads and loads of everything, just a lot of the stuff that I love, like these books. And yeah, even managed to get rid of some books. So I'll just quickly show you these. These are all doubles or just random books I don't need anymore. A lot of Robin Hobbs because I have the whole set already in a better condition. And then just a closer look at how many clothes I am donating or giving away. Yes, that is all. Now we're going to clean these bed sheets, give the place a hoover, and my life is going to be looking 10 times more organised. Hopefully you're feeling inspired. Hello everyone, welcome back to the whiteboard of dreams, as always featured on the channel. We are going to go over my goals that I set for 2024 and the progress that I'm making on them so far, because in my opinion, it's important to actually look at your goals throughout the year instead of just reviewing at the end of the year. Did I make the goal? No. Okay, whatever. I actually want to make these goals. I set these as goals for a reason. So what I've done is I've done this terrible drawing of a progress chart. Now, this isn't how far through the goal I am. This is more of an indicator of how I feel I'm doing with the goal. So I have labelled the goals kind of from utmost importance to least importance. First goal, write a book. This wasn't necessarily a book to be published. This was just a practice of writing. And I do feel like I'm doing fairly decent. I've been writing and I've been learning how to write. I've been reading a book about how to write non-fiction books. And for each of these, we're actually going to do an action plan of what I'm going to do for the next 30 days after. So I'm just going to go through now. Second goal, learn Portuguese. This I am actually doing pretty well with, as indicated. I've given myself about 50% effort. I've been consistently learning every week, but not every day, which is what I originally intended. I've been learning through a textbook and Biblio, whatever, an app, not Duolingo, the other one, Babbel, that's it. And the app is okay. It's just not as good as the textbook is because it just wants you to learn random words. And obviously I want to learn how to actually speak the language. I don't just need to know what strawberries are or something, you know. And third goal, this was a big one. Start uploading on YouTube. Give myself 100% effort. Come on. I smashed that out of the park. 2 videos a week consistently. Love to see it. Fourth goal, this is an interesting one. Creating over consuming. So instead of just consuming content, I wanted to start creating stuff myself. So not just necessarily content like YouTube, also things that apply more to my life outside of this. Then the next goal we have, bit of a deeper one, lower the vibe a little bit, raise my worry habit. Feel like I haven't done much to actually help with this. I have been reading good books that have definitely been helpful, but I don't feel like I've actively tried to remove it or tried to make a big load of progress towards this goal. I've just kind of set it and let it merge and trying to hope it does it by itself. So I feel like I need to put a bit more effort into that. Savings, giving myself a big old effort bar. I've been doing very well with this on the savings front, hit a good savings goal last month. So really happy about that. Just a little bit of wiggle room where everyone does it, just buying stuff you don't actually need. And just want to get rid of that a little bit more. 30-second handstand hold. Started off strong. I started off strong in January, February. I've probably done 2 handstands the whole month. So give myself a little progress because I was very on it in January and then left a bit for what has been February. Have daily periods of peace. I have been meditating semi-regularly, not as regularly as I want to be. And for that reason, I've only given it about 45%. Take better care of my skin. This, I know it might not seem it right now, but yes, I have actually been taking a lot better care of my skin and making more of a conscious effort towards the foods that I'm eating, the foods that affect my skin in a bad way, water intake, etc., etc. Not just cleaning products. I don't believe that's necessarily the best way for your skin. I don't believe in using loads of harsh chemicals. And last one, learn how to backflip. I've done 2 pathetic lines because that's how my progress has been so far. I've done literally nothing apart from a couple of backward roly-polies. So those are my goals and my progress so far. And now I'm going to write up a little 30-day plan based off this that I'm going to go ahead with and hopefully get all of these goals on the right track, going the right way and moving forward like I meant to start this year. We are back. I have been busy writing down this 30-day action plan, and I have 9 key points that I'm going to go through that I'm going to do over the next 30 days. And in 30 days time, I'm going to review this and set another 30-day action plan, etc., etc. Get the ball rolling, keep myself accountable right here on YouTube. So you all got to keep me accountable. Right, number 1, write for at least 5 minutes daily. That's going to be a goal. Do morning writing on days off. So when I'm not working, I want to do 30 minutes to an hour of deep work, just writing. The second I wake up, snap on 30 minutes of writing and then get on with my day. And this is a goal that is really, really important to me. So I'm super motivated to get this done. Second goal, 30 minutes of Portuguese, 6 days per week. So I've given myself the allowance of a day off to rest, because sometimes your heart isn't in the learning, and it's good to not be so strict on yourself. 30 minutes daily, I feel I'm already doing that 3-4 times a week, so getting it up to 6 really shouldn't be too difficult. I'm going to work through the textbook, go back on the app because I haven't been on there for a while, and I'm probably going to go through the textbook again once I finish it, and then maybe I'll start a new textbook as well. Number 3, no more web browser social media. So I don't have any of the social media apps on my phone, but I do have Reddit and Instagram on the web browser, and I've found myself on them more frequently as of late, just kind of mindlessly scrolling, and then I'm like, hang on a minute, what am I doing? Not nearly as much as when I had the apps, don't get me wrong, and it's nothing too crazy. The way I'm going to counter this, which is a technique I read in Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport, I'm going to restrict this to 10 minutes of scheduled time per day just to go on social media. Maybe I'll go through messages, maybe I'll just browse. This way, I've scheduled it down to 10 minutes. That's 70 minutes a week. Still quite a lot when you think about it that way. Better than what I'm doing now, which is definitely adding up to more than that. 4, I've got read Transurfing book daily. So I'll put a picture of the book up now. It's an amazing book, and it really helps me with being present in the moment and feeling really good about life itself, and that I'm on the right path. And it kind of shows me all these really good feelings and this positive way of life. And I just think it's really important that I do read it every day, just as a reminder, because every time I read it, I think, why don't I read this daily? It's so good. And then it's so easy to just be like, I won't read it today. 5, cut down spending by £30 for the month. Doesn't seem like a massive amount, but when you're working with small margins anyway, and then just these little things, they add up. £30. Next month, another £30, that's £60 down. It's good to just get these little goals and get the ball rolling, 6, wall handstand sessions twice per week. So going against the wall and holding handstands a couple of times, and just do that twice a week, just to get the grip, the strength, the breathing right when I'm in that handstand position. Seems like a good idea. 7, make 15 minutes of time for periods of daily peace, or periods of peace daily. This, I'm going to do this, I think I'm going to struggle with the most, because I'm one of those people that it's like 15 minutes. I'm very time conscious. So 15 minutes does feel like a lot of time. I know in the grand scheme of things, 15 minutes is really nothing. 8, develop a natural face cleaning routine. So this is something that really interests me, and writing this goal down, I feel really inspired to do this. I don't like, as I mentioned before, I don't like using all these products. I know someone's probably going to be like, yes, you should use this. It's just a personal preference. I don't like using loads of chemicals and etc. I don't like eating loads of foods with loads of ingredients. I'm just very simplistic, minimalist. So a natural face cleaning routine sounds like the type of thing that will draw me in and could really help with my skin. And then last but not least, but it is the least goal, so it kind of is the least, add in backflip training once weekly. So I'm probably just going to do backwards roly-polies for now, and some hamstring training. Already do hamstring training, but some explosive hamstring training, like explosive squat jumps, just to get it in, get somewhere towards the goal. And that's all the goals. That's the 30-day action plan. I'm feeling motivated, feeling disciplined. Motivation gets you so far, discipline gets you further. So I'm going to be disciplined. In 30 days' time, I'm going to look back and I'm going to go tick, 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 tick. I did all these things. So stay tuned for that. This is going to be the end of the episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you could please leave a like. It'd be great if we could get to 10 likes. If you could subscribe if you're not subscribed. Drop a comment. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Have a great week. And I will see you next Friday, 6 p.m. Thank you very much.